When it comes to tackling illegal migration across from France, are we actually going to see any action or just more talk? Indications that Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, wants to do a deal with the French. I'll get to that in a minute. But of course, one positive is that Suella Braverman is back as Home Secretary. Will she actually be allowed to carry out the agenda, the policy that she is advocating and said is required to stop this, which is leaving the ECHR? We'll have to wait and see. One thing's for sure, the Rwanda policy announced back in April, of course, absolutely no sign whatsoever of it actually happening after the ECHR's intervention. Indeed, we saw back in November 2021, the pledge at the time when the Home Secretary was Priti Patel, that the UK and France would reach an agreement to prevent 100% of Channel crossings. I mean, what an absolute joke that looks like right now. Of course, as all these deals do, they involve the British taxpayers handing over tens of millions of pounds to the French. And of course, in exchange, we've seen the issue of illegal migration across from France get much, much worse in 2022 than it was in 2021. Indeed, I think it's over 38,000 people who have crossed the Channel on small boats so far this year, compared to just over 28,000 for the whole of 2021. Indeed, GB News reporting that this continues today. At least 12 further boats crossing the Channel so far today. Now, the new Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, as I said, looking for a deal with Macron, it looks like, that they promised to deepen the partnership to curb Channel crossings, that the Prime Minister stressed the importance for both nations to make the Channel route completely unviable for people traffickers. And you see there the government obviously hoping that another deal with the French will actually stop this crisis. I have to say, given the previous deals we've seen with the French, given the previous tranches of money that we've seen handed over to the French, frankly, I don't think this is going to work. I think relying on the French to stop this is a total failed strategy. As for what I would do, well, it starts, as the Home Secretary herself has said, by leaving the ECHR. Then I would start fining the French for every boat they fail to stop. I'd start revoking French fishing licences. I'd embarrass the French authorities by taking the boats back, as was rumoured was going to be the British policy, of course, and never happened. We should have British personnel over in France, and of course, it should be the French authorities paying us for the help. And as I said, even the Home Secretary very open about the fact we need to leave the ECHR.
Both my experience as a barrister specialising in immigration law, defending the Home Office before I was an MP, and as the Attorney General, have led me to the conclusion that if we are serious about completing the Brexit promises, if we are serious about taking back control of our borders, then there is no alternative but for the UK to leave the European Convention on Human Rights and permanently exclude the jurisdiction of the European Court of Human Rights.
But it looks like the British government seeking yet another deal with Macron's France. Sadly, I don't expect that to actually work or stop this. But let me know what you make of all of this in the comments below, guys. What would you like to see Rishi Sunak and the government do in terms of tackling illegal migration? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.